The Galactic Council's decision. In the vast reaches of the galaxy, where stars and planets form a sprawling tapestry of cosmic wonder, the Galactic Council convened in their grand chamber. This chamber, located in a space station of unimaginable size, was filled with representatives from various alien species. They had gathered to discuss a critical issue that threatened the fragile peace of their galaxy. For months, reports had been pouring in from all corners of the galaxy. These reports detailed the unexpected victories and aggressive tactics of a species known as humans. The Council had initially underestimated humanity, thinking of them as a primitive and insignificant race. But as time passed, it became clear that humans were not only resilient, but also capable of achieving remarkable feats in warfare. The Council's meeting was tense. The representatives, with their different shapes and forms, exchanged worried glances. They had always prided themselves on their ability to maintain order and peace among the galaxy's diverse inhabitants. Yet, humans had managed to shatter that sense of security with their bold actions and unexpected successes in battle. One of the Council's most senior members, a towering figure with scales that shimmered like the night sky, called the meeting to order. "We must address the growing threat posed by humanity," the figure said in a deep, resonant voice. "Their recent victories and their relentless nature have shown us that they are not to be underestimated." Another representative, a being with a fluid, shimmering body, nodded in agreement. "The humans have managed to turn the tide of several battles in their favor. Their technology and strategy have evolved rapidly, and their ability to adapt makes them a formidable opponent." A third representative, whose form was almost translucent and filled with swirling light, spoke up. "We cannot ignore the potential danger they pose. If humanity continues to grow stronger and more assertive, they might disrupt the delicate balance we have worked so hard to maintain." The Council members began to discuss possible actions. Some suggested increasing surveillance and gathering more intelligence on human activities. Others argued for diplomatic measures, hoping to negotiate and find a peaceful resolution. However, it was clear that many Council members were concerned about the possibility of open conflict with humanity. As the discussions progressed, a representative from a species known for their warlike tendencies proposed a more drastic solution. "Why not impose a ban on humans participating in any further galactic conflicts?" they suggested. "If we can prevent them from engaging in wars, we might be able to control their aggressive behavior and maintain peace." The idea was met with a mixture of agreement and hesitation. While some Council members saw the ban as a necessary measure to protect the galaxy, others worried about the consequences of such a decision. They feared that banning humanity might lead to further conflicts or even drive them into a corner, making them more dangerous. Despite the concerns, the debate continued. The Council members discussed the potential impacts of the ban on both humanity and the galaxy. They weighed the risks and benefits, considering the long-term effects of their decision. The fear of an uncontrollable threat outweighed the concerns about potential backlash. Finally, after hours of intense deliberation, the Council reached a decision. They would impose a permanent ban on humanity from participating in any galactic wars. This decision was intended to prevent humans from using their newfound strength and tactics to disrupt the balance of power in the galaxy. As the meeting concluded, the Council members prepared to announce their decision. They knew that this action would have significant consequences, both for humanity and for the galaxy as a whole. The decision was made out of a deep sense of caution and the desire to maintain peace. In the end, the Galactic Council hoped that their decision would serve as a deterrent and keep humanity in check. They were unaware of how this ban would impact the future and whether humanity would accept or defy their ruling. But one thing was certain: the Council had taken a drastic step to protect the galaxy from what they perceived as a growing threat. Earth's hidden strength. On Earth, life continued as usual, with people going about their daily routines, completely unaware of the decisions being made light years away. The Galactic Council's decision to ban humans from participating in galactic wars had been made in secret, and Earth's leaders had not received any news about it. To the people of Earth, The galaxy seemed distant and untroubled by their existence. However, beneath the surface of normal life, Earth was a hive of activity. Scientists, engineers, and military leaders were working tirelessly in top-secret facilities to advance their technology and military strategies. The human race had always been driven by curiosity and a desire to protect their home, and this drive had led to significant advancements in technology. In a secure underground lab, a team of scientists was working on the latest innovations in energy weapons. Their goal was to develop new types of energy sources and weapons that would give humanity an edge in any potential future conflicts. The team was led by Dr. Emma Carter, a brilliant physicist who had dedicated her life to studying and developing advanced technologies. Her lab was filled with prototypes of new weapons and energy shields, all designed to push the boundaries of human capability. Dr. Carter and her team had been working on a new type of energy shield that could withstand extreme conditions. They were confident that this technology would not only protect human colonies, but also provide an advantage in any combat scenario. Their work was cutting edge and kept hidden from the public eye, reflecting the high level of secrecy and importance attached to their research. At the same time, military leaders were engaged in secret strategic planning. They had access to classified information about the galactic situation and were aware of the need to be prepared for any possible threats. General Marcus Blake, a seasoned military strategist, was leading a team tasked with developing new tactics and training programs. His focus was on ensuring that human forces could adapt quickly to any form of combat, making them a versatile and unpredictable opponent. General Blake's team was conducting war games and simulations, testing various strategies and scenarios. These exercises were designed to prepare human forces for any situation they might encounter, whether it involved conventional warfare or more advanced forms of combat. The goal was to ensure that humanity was ready for any challenge, no matter how daunting. In addition to technological and strategic advancements, Earth was also focusing on building a network of alliances. Leaders were reaching out to other species and civilizations, seeking to form partnerships and strengthen their position in the galaxy. They understood that having allies could be crucial in maintaining their security and countering any potential threats. Despite the secrecy surrounding these efforts, there were occasional hints of their existence. News reports occasionally mentioned advances in technology and military readiness, but these were often dismissed as routine updates or exaggerations. The general public remained unaware of the true scope of these developments and the potential they held for the future. As Earth's technological and strategic capabilities continued to grow, the planet was preparing for a future that was both uncertain and promising. The advancements being made in secret were laying the foundation for a new era of human strength and resilience. However, the Galactic Council's decision to ban humanity from galactic wars had not yet been revealed, and Earth's leaders remained focused on their preparations. Little did the Galactic Council know that their decision to impose a ban on humans would only serve to fuel their determination. The advancements and preparations happening on Earth were setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation that would challenge the Council's assumptions and force them to reconsider their stance on humanity. As the days and months passed, Earth continued to thrive and innovate, unaware of the galactic decision that had been made. The hidden strength of humanity was growing, and the stage was being set for a future encounter that would test the limits of both human capability and the Galactic Council's decisions. The first attack. In the vastness of space, where stars and planets drifted silently, a new chapter was about to unfold. Unbeknownst to the people of Earth, an alien faction known as the Zoreth had decided to test the Galactic Council's ban on humanity. They saw an opportunity to challenge the ban and gauge humanity's true strength. The Zoreth were a ruthless and cunning species, known for their aggressive tactics and advanced technology. They had long sought to expand their influence and saw humanity as an intriguing challenge. Their leaders, believing that a show of force might either provoke a response or break humanity's resolve, planned a daring attack on a human colony located on the edge of known space. The target was a small but strategically important colony named New Horizon. It was a research outpost on a distant planet, known for its scientific research and mining operations. New Horizon was lightly defended compared to more heavily fortified human worlds, making it an ideal target for the Zorath's test. One quiet morning, the calm of New Horizon was shattered by the sudden appearance of Zorath warships. The alien ships, sleek and menacing, emerged from a cloak of stealth technology and began their assault. The first signs of trouble were the alarms blaring through the colony's halls and the sudden jolt of explosions that rocked the settlement. The inhabitants of New Horizon, caught off guard, scrambled to respond. The colony's defenses, though advanced, were not prepared for a full-scale attack. The initial assault caused chaos as the colony's residents and defenders tried to mount a defense. The Zorath ships unleashed a barrage of energy weapons, reaching the colony's shields and causing severe damage. Meanwhile, on Earth, news of the attack reached the military command centers. General Marcus Blake, who had been closely following the developments, was immediately alerted. His face grew grim as he read the reports. The attack on New Horizon was a direct challenge to humanity, and it was clear that the Zorath were testing the limits of their ban. General Blake quickly assembled a response team. His orders were clear: prepare a counterstrike and defend human interests. The general knew that this was more than just a skirmish. It was a chance to demonstrate humanity's capabilities and to retaliate against the provocation. As the general mobilized Earth's forces, the defenders on New Horizon were fighting back with all they had. The colony's crew, although outnumbered, had been trained for emergencies and had access to advanced technology. They launched countermeasures, including energy turrets and missile systems, to repel the Zorath attackers. Despite their valiant efforts, the Zorath's superior firepower was overwhelming. In a desperate bid to turn the tide, the colony's command issued a distress signal to Earth. This signal was picked up by Earth's command centers, triggering an immediate response. Within hours, a fleet of human warships, equipped with the latest technology and weapons, was en route to New Horizon. As the human fleet arrived, they engaged the Zorath in a dramatic space battle. The human ships, though initially outnumbered, used their superior tactics and advanced weaponry to fight back. The battle was fierce, with energy beams and missiles lighting up the void of space. The Zorath, surprised by the strength of the human response, began to retreat. On the surface of New Horizon, the defenders watched in relief as the Zorath ships withdrew. The arrival of the human fleet had turned the tide of the battle and saved the colony from total destruction. The colony's inhabitants, exhausted but grateful, began to assess the damage and prepare for recovery. The first attack by the Zorath had achieved its goal of provoking a response, but it also revealed the strength and resilience of humanity. The Galactic Council, observing the outcome from afar, was forced to reconsider their assumptions about human capabilities. The unexpected and fierce resistance from Earth had demonstrated that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, and the stage was set for further confrontations. As the dust settled and the human fleet secured New Horizon, it became clear that this was only the beginning. The attack had set in motion a series of events that would challenge the Galactic Council's decision and shape the future of humanity's place in the galaxy. The Council's alarm. In the heart of the Galactic Council's Grand Chamber, the atmosphere was tense and charged with urgency. The Council members, representatives from various alien species, had just received news about the recent attack on New Horizon and the subsequent human counterstrike. The reports were alarming, and the chamber was filled with a sense of unease as the Council convened for an emergency meeting. The Council's senior members, who had initially underestimated humanity, were now grappling with the reality of their strength. The once dismissed human force had shown itself to be a formidable opponent, capable of defending against an aggressive attack and launching a successful counteroffensive. This realization was causing deep concern among the Council members. The leader of the Council, a figure known for their wisdom and calm demeanor, addressed the assembly. "We have received troubling reports about the attack on the human colony, New Horizon." The leader began, their voice resonating through the chamber. The humans not only defended their colony but also repelled the attackers with unexpected effectiveness. The representatives exchanged worried glances. The Zoreth, who had conducted the attack, were known for their aggressive and advanced tactics. The fact that humanity had managed to fight them off was a significant blow to the Council's plans and assumptions. It was clear that the situation was more complex than they had anticipated. A representative from the aquatic species, known for their analytical approach, spoke up. "The humans have demonstrated their ability to not only defend against an attack, but also to retaliate with considerable force. This is beyond what we had projected. We must understand their capabilities better and prepare for possible further actions." Another member, a being with a crystalline body that shimmered with changing colors, added, "The data indicates that humanity's response was not a mere fluke. They have advanced technology and effective strategies. We must consider this seriously and reassess our approach." The council members began to discuss the implications of humanity's strength. Some advocated for a more cautious approach, suggesting that they should avoid further provoking humanity. Others argued that the council needed to take decisive action to prevent any future threats. The debate was intense, with emotions running high and voices raised in urgency. The leader called for order and directed the discussion towards possible courses of action. "We must decide whether to reinforce our sanctions against humanity or to seek a different path. We cannot ignore the fact that the humans have proven to be a serious threat." A representative from a species known for their diplomatic skills proposed a potential solution. "Perhaps it is time to explore diplomatic avenues with humanity. If we can establish a dialogue and address their grievances, we might be able to avoid further conflict." This suggestion sparked a mixed reaction. Some council members were open to the idea of diplomacy, seeing it as a way to manage the situation without escalating tensions. Others remained skeptical, fearing that any negotiation might only embolden humanity. As the debate continued, the council's concern grew. They were now faced with the challenge of finding a balance between maintaining their authority and addressing the new reality of humanity's strength. The Galactic Council had always prided itself on its ability to maintain order and peace, but the unexpected response from Earth had shaken that confidence. The meeting concluded with a decision to gather more intelligence on humanity and to explore both diplomatic and military options. The Council would need to act carefully to avoid further escalating the situation while preparing for any eventuality. As the members of the Galactic Council left the chamber, they were acutely aware of the gravity of their decision. Humanity had shown itself to be a force to be reckoned with, and the Council's previous assumptions had been proven wrong. The future of the galaxy hung in the balance, and the Council's next steps would be crucial in determining the outcome. The Council's alarm was palpable, and the stakes were higher than ever. The once distant and seemingly insignificant humans had become a central focus of galactic politics, and their future interactions with the Galactic Council would shape the course of events to come. Earth's bold defense. As tensions escalated between Earth and the Galactic Council, the people of Earth were bracing for potential conflict. The Galactic Council's decision to impose a ban on humanity from participating in galactic wars had not been revealed to the public, but the recent attack on New Horizon and the Council's response had created an atmosphere of urgency and anticipation. On Earth, military leaders and strategists were working around the clock to prepare for any possible retaliation from the Galactic Council. The attack on New Horizon had shown that humanity could no longer remain passive. General Marcus Blake, who had been at the forefront of Earth's military preparations, was leading the charge to strengthen Earth's defenses and ensure that they were ready for any threat. In a top-secret military facility, General Blake and his team were overseeing the final stages of an ambitious defensive project. The facility was bustling with activity as engineers and scientists completed the installation of advanced defense systems designed to protect Earth and its colonies from any potential attack. The centerpiece of the new defense system was a network of powerful energy shields. These shields, capable of withstanding even the most powerful energy weapons, were designed to create a protective barrier around Earth's key locations. The installation of these shields was a monumental task, requiring precise coordination and expertise from the best minds in the field. In addition to the energy shields, Earth's military forces were also deploying new spacecraft equipped with cutting-edge weaponry. These ships were designed to be highly maneuverable and equipped with advanced targeting systems, giving humanity an edge in any space combat scenario. The new fleet was set to become the backbone of Earth's defense strategy. General Blake's strategic approach also included enhancing Earth's early warning systems. Satellites and deep space sensors were being deployed to monitor any incoming threats and provide early alerts. This advanced detection system was crucial for allowing Earth's forces to respond quickly and effectively to any potential attacks. As the preparations continued, Earth's leaders were also working on diplomatic channels to address the situation. They understood that while preparing for defense was essential, finding a way to negotiate with the Galactic Council could also play a crucial role in avoiding a full-scale conflict. Diplomatic envoys were sent to various galactic outposts to open lines of communication and explore potential avenues for dialogue. On the surface, life on Earth seemed relatively normal, but beneath the surface, the planet was a hive of activity and preparation. The public was kept in the dark about the full extent of the preparations, but there were occasional news reports about advancements in technology and military readiness. The reports, though vague, hinted at the extraordinary efforts being made to ensure Earth's safety. As the days passed, Earth's defenses were tested through simulated drills and exercises. These drills were designed to assess the effectiveness of the new systems and strategies. The results were promising, with Earth's forces demonstrating their readiness to handle a variety of scenarios. The drills also served to boost the morale of the military personnel, reinforcing their confidence in their ability to protect their home. The Galactic Council, meanwhile, was closely monitoring the developments on Earth. They observed the advancements in technology and the rapid response of humanity with growing concern. The Council's initial decision to ban humanity from galactic conflicts had led to a series of events that were shaping the future of their relationship with Earth. As Earth's defense systems reached their full operational status, General Blake and his team were confident that they had done everything possible to prepare for the unknown. The combination of advanced technology, strategic planning, and diplomatic efforts had created a robust defense framework designed to protect Earth from any potential threats. The bold defense strategy demonstrated humanity's resolve and capability. Earth was no longer just a passive participant in the galactic landscape. It had become a strong and determined player, ready to face any challenge. The stage was set for a potential confrontation with the Galactic Council, and Earth's preparation would play a crucial role in determining the outcome of this galactic struggle. The turning point. The tension between Earth and the Galactic Council reached a fever pitch as the situation continued to evolve. The recent events had left both sides on edge, and it was clear that a pivotal moment was approaching. The Galactic Council was growing increasingly concerned about humanity's resilience and defensive capabilities, while Earth was bracing for a potential escalation. In a hidden command center on Earth, General Marcus Blake was poring over the latest intelligence reports. The information indicated that the Galactic Council was planning a major offensive to test Earth's defenses. This was expected to be the decisive moment that would determine the future of human-Galactic Council relations. General Blake knew that the coming confrontation would be a turning point. He gathered his senior officers for a strategy meeting to discuss their response. The atmosphere in the room was tense as the general outlined the latest intelligence and the potential threats Earth faced. "We have reason to believe that the Galactic Council is preparing a significant attack," General Blake began, his voice steady but firm. "We need to be ready for anything. Our defenses are strong, but we must ensure that we can withstand and repel any offensive." The officers nodded in agreement, their expressions reflecting the seriousness of the situation. They reviewed the details of their defense plans, focusing on the key strategies that would allow them to counteract any possible threats from the Council's forces. The general's plan was to use a combination of Earth's advanced technology and strategic positioning to create a formidable defense. Key locations around Earth were fortified with energy shields, and the new fleet of spacecraft was positioned to provide immediate response capabilities. Additionally, early warning systems were tuned to detect any signs of an impending attack. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council's Grand Chamber, the debate continued over the best course of action. Some council members were pushing for a full-scale assault, believing it was necessary to reassert their authority and test humanity's resolve. Others, however, were advocating for a more cautious approach, suggesting that further diplomacy might be more effective. The debate was heated, with each faction presenting their arguments. The council's leader, who had been cautious throughout the conflict, called for a final decision. "We must act decisively, but we must also be prepared for the consequences of our actions. The humans have proven themselves to be more formidable than we anticipated." A decision was reached to launch a coordinated offensive against Earth, with the goal of overwhelming their defenses and testing their capabilities. The Council hoped that this decisive action would clarify the situation and establish the boundaries of their relationship with humanity. As the Galactic Council's offensive began to take shape, Earth's forces were on high alert. The early warning systems detected the approaching threat, and the defense strategies were put into action. The general and his team meticulously coordinated their response, ensuring that every aspect of their defense was ready for the challenge. The confrontation came swiftly. The Galactic Council's fleet, a massive armada of warships and advanced weaponry, approached Earth with intimidating force. The sight of the approaching fleet was a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. Earth's defensive systems were fully operational, and the new fleet of spacecraft prepared to engage the enemy. The battle commenced as the Galactic Council's forces began their assault. Energy beams and missiles lit up the space around Earth as the two sides clashed. The human defense systems, powered by advanced technology and strategic planning, held firm against the onslaught. The energy shields absorbed the initial barrage, and the spacecraft engaged the enemy with precision strikes. In the heat of the battle, Earth's forces demonstrated their capability and resolve. The new fleet of spacecraft, equipped with advanced weaponry, launched a counterattack that pushed back the Galactic Council's forces. The fierce combat highlighted humanity's readiness and their ability to adapt to the challenges they faced. As the battle raged on, it became clear that Earth's defenses were holding strong. The Galactic Council's offensive, though powerful, was met with unexpected resistance. The turning point was reached as the Galactic Council's forces began to falter under the determined defense of humanity. The confrontation marked a significant shift in the conflict. Earth had proven its strength and resilience, and the Galactic Council was faced with the realization that their initial assumptions about humanity had been incorrect. The turning point had been reached, and the future of human-Galactic Council relations was now uncertain. The outcome of the battle would shape the course of future interactions between Earth and the Galactic Council. The conflict had reached a critical juncture, and the decisions made in the aftermath of this turning point would determine the direction of the galaxy's future. The turning point. The tension between Earth and the Galactic Council reached its peak as both sides prepared for the crucial showdown that would define their future. After the recent events, Earth's defense systems were fully operational, and the Galactic Council was planning its next move, determined to test the limits of humanity's strength. In Earth's Central Command, General Marcus Blake was meticulously reviewing the latest intelligence. The reports revealed that the Galactic Council was assembling a large fleet, readying for an offensive aimed directly at Earth. This was the moment that could either solidify humanity's place in the galaxy or lead to its downfall. General Blake called a meeting with his top advisors. The room was filled with screens displaying tactical maps and real-time updates. "We have confirmation that the Council's fleet is moving towards us," General Blake announced. "This will be a major test of our defenses. We need to be prepared for a full-scale assault." The team quickly sprang into action. Earth's military had made extensive preparations, but the scale of the upcoming battle was unprecedented. The new defensive systems, including energy shields and advanced spacecraft, were put into high alert. Every sector of Earth's defense network was scrutinized and readied for the imminent confrontation. The Galactic Council's fleet, a formidable armada of warships and advanced technology, approached Earth with calculated precision. The fleet was massive, a show of force designed to overwhelm and intimidate. The Council hoped that by launching a major offensive, they could break through Earth's defenses and reassert their control over the situation. As the Council's fleet drew closer, Earth's early warning systems picked up the movement and alerted the command center. The Galactic Council's ships were equipped with powerful weapons and defensive systems, but Earth's forces were not about to be caught off guard. The general and his team had been preparing for this exact scenario. The moment of confrontation arrived. The Galactic Council's ships opened fire, launching a barrage of energy beams and missiles towards Earth. The initial wave struck the planet's defensive shields, causing bright flashes and shockwaves. The energy shields, though designed to withstand heavy attacks, were put to the test as the first wave of assault hit. In response, Earth's spacecraft, newly equipped and brimming with advanced weaponry, launched into space. The human pilots, trained for this very scenario, maneuvered their ships with precision, engaging the enemy with skill and determination. The battle quickly turned into a dazzling display of technology and tactics. As the battle raged on, Earth's forces began to gain the upper hand. The defensive shields held strong against the Council's attacks, and the human spacecraft countered with a relentless assault. The Galactic Council's fleet, though powerful, found itself struggling against the well-coordinated and resilient defense of Earth. The turning point in the battle came when Earth's new tactical strategies began to show their effectiveness. The human fleet, utilizing advanced targeting systems and superior maneuverability, managed to break through the Council's formations. The Council's ships, once confident in their superiority, now faced unexpected resistance. The Galactic Council's fleet began to falter under the relentless pressure from Earth's forces. The tide of the battle had shifted. The once intimidating armada found itself on the defensive, unable to maintain its initial advantage. The Council's leadership, watching from their command posts, realized that their offensive was not going as planned. General Blake and his team saw the change in momentum and pressed their advantage. Earth's forces continued their aggressive push, capitalizing on the Council's weakening position. The battle, once a test of strength, was now a demonstration of humanity's resilience and capability. As the Galactic Council's fleet retreated, the scale of the victory became apparent. Earth had not only defended itself, but had also forced the Council's forces to withdraw. The turning point had been reached, and the implications were profound. Humanity had proven its strength and resilience, and the Galactic Council was left to reassess its approach. The battle marked a significant shift in the conflict, demonstrating that humanity was not to be underestimated. The Galactic Council's plans had been thwarted, and the future of their interactions with Earth would be shaped by the outcome of this crucial confrontation. With the immediate threat neutralized, Earth's forces began to regroup and assess the damage. The victory was a clear signal to the galaxy that humanity was a formidable player, capable of defending its interests and standing its ground in the face of overwhelming odds. The ultimatum. In the aftermath of the intense battle, the Galactic Council faced a crisis of its own making. The unexpected resilience of Earth's defenses had shocked them. The Council's fleet, once thought invincible, had been repelled by the determined efforts of humanity. The defeat was a blow to the Council's prestige and authority. In a high-stakes meeting of the Galactic Council, leaders convened to address the new reality. The atmosphere in the chamber was tense, filled with a mix of frustration and concern. The Council's supreme leader, a figure known for their stern demeanor, addressed the assembly. "We underestimated Earth." The supreme leader began, their voice echoing through the chamber. "Their defenses are stronger than anticipated, and their resolve is unshakable. We cannot allow this defeat to undermine our authority. The council members exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of worry and determination. After much debate, it was decided that the only way to regain control and restore the council's reputation was to issue a decisive ultimatum to Earth. The message would demand surrender and submission, or face complete annihilation. The ultimatum was crafted with care, intended to convey the seriousness of the council's position. It stated that Earth had a choice: comply with the council's demands or face a second, more devastating assault. The message was clear and uncompromising, designed to force humanity into a position of weakness. Meanwhile, on Earth, General Marcus Blake and his team were analyzing the implications of the council's ultimatum. The message had arrived, delivered through secure channels and broadcast to the leadership. The general gathered his top advisors to discuss their response. "This ultimatum is their attempt to regain control," General Blake stated. "We need to decide how to handle this. Our defenses have proven strong, but we must prepare for the possibility of another attack." The advisors weigh their options, considering the potential consequences of both compliance and defiance. The council's threat was serious, and the possibility of further conflict loomed large. Yet, surrender was not an option that Earth's leaders were willing to entertain. "We cannot show weakness," one advisor argued. "If we give in now, it will only embolden them. We must stand firm and show that we are not intimidated." The decision was made to respond to the ultimatum with a clear message of their own. Earth would not capitulate or submit to the council's demands. Instead, they would prepare for the worst and continue to strengthen their defenses. The message would assert humanity's right to self-determination and their refusal to be coerced. General Blake and his team began implementing additional defensive measures, reinforcing key strategic positions, and preparing for potential future engagements. The priority was to ensure that Earth was fully prepared for any eventuality, whether it meant facing another assault or engaging in diplomatic negotiations. The Galactic Council, upon receiving Earth's defiant response, was faced with a dilemma. The Council's leaders were now forced to confront the possibility of a prolonged conflict, the prospect of continued warfare, and the potential consequences of further escalation were daunting. As the ultimatum's deadline approached, both sides braced for what might come next. Earth was resolute in its stance, prepared to defend its sovereignty against any threats. The Galactic Council, meanwhile, had to decide whether to press forward with their aggressive strategy or seek a different path. The situation was at a critical juncture. The choices made by both Earth and the Galactic Council would determine the course of their future interactions and the fate of their conflict. The tension was palpable, and the outcome remained uncertain as both sides prepared for the next phase of their high-stakes confrontation. Humanity's victory. As the deadline for the Galactic Council's ultimatum approached, Earth's forces remained on high alert, bracing for what they expected to be a decisive and potentially devastating confrontation. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and determination as General Marcus Blake and his team worked tirelessly to finalize their preparations. The Galactic Council had promised a second, more severe assault if their demands were not met. Earth's response had been firm and resolute. They would not yield to threats or pressure. Now, all eyes were on the impending battle, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. General Blake addressed his troops in a final briefing before the expected attack. His words were calm, but carried the weight of the situation. "This is our moment to show that humanity will not be cowed by threats. We have proven our strength before, and we will do so again. Stand firm and defend our home with everything you have." The troops, both on the ground and in space, were ready. They had faced countless drills and simulations, and now they were prepared for the real test. The defensive systems were in peak condition, and the spacecraft were armed and ready. Earth's strategic positions were fortified, and every possible precaution had been taken. As the Galactic Council's fleet approached Earth, the tension was palpable. The Council's ships, massive and menacing, moved with purpose and precision. Their previous defeat had only fueled their determination to break through Earth's defenses. The battle began with a thunderous roar as the Council's forces unleashed their weapons. Energy beams and missiles surged towards Earth, striking the energy shields with intense force. The shields, designed to withstand such attacks, glowed brightly as they absorbed the energy. The defense systems, tested in previous battles, proved their effectiveness once again. Earth's spacecraft sprang into action, launching a counteroffensive with impressive coordination. The pilots, skilled and focused, engaged the enemy with accuracy and speed. The new fleet's advanced weaponry and maneuverability gave them a significant advantage, allowing them to outmaneuver and strike at the Council's ships. The Galactic Council's fleet, despite its size and power, struggled against the determined defense of Earth. The Council's ships, initially confident in their superiority, found themselves being pushed back. The tide of the battle began to turn as Earth's forces pressed their advantage, launching a series of successful counterattacks. As the battle progressed, the Galactic Council's fleet began to show signs of distress. The once formidable armada was now on the defensive, struggling to maintain its formations and respond to the relentless assaults. Earth's forces, fueled by their resolve and the desire to protect their home, pressed forward with unwavering determination. In a dramatic turn of events, Earth's forces managed to breach the Council's defensive lines. The Council's flagship, a symbol of their power and authority, was targeted with precision strikes. The ship, heavily damaged and unable to withstand the coordinated assault, was forced to retreat. The victory was not just a military triumph, but a profound statement of humanity's resilience and strength. The Galactic Council's forces, battered and demoralized, withdrew from the battlefield. The Council's decision to launch a second assault had backfired, and Earth had emerged victorious once again. The aftermath of the battle saw Earth's forces celebrating their hard-earned victory. The defeat of the Galactic Council's fleet was a significant achievement, marking a turning point in the conflict. Earth had defended its sovereignty and demonstrated its ability to stand up to galactic threats. The Galactic Council, facing the reality of their defeat, was left to reconsider their approach. The once mighty empire had been humbled by humanity's unexpected strength and resolve. The Council's leaders were now forced to acknowledge that their previous assumptions about Earth had been wrong. With the immediate threat neutralized, General Blake and his team began the process of rebuilding and strengthening Earth's defenses. The victory was a testament to human courage and determination, and it marked a new chapter in the relationship between Earth and the Galactic Council. The galaxy watched with interest as humanity's victory reshaped the dynamics of power and influence. Earth had proven itself to be a formidable player on the galactic stage, and the future now held the promise of new possibilities and interactions. The permanent ban enforced. After their defeat, the Galactic Council was faced with a profound dilemma. The unexpected resilience of Earth had not only thwarted their immediate plans, but also exposed a significant weakness in their strategy. The Council's once unassailable power had been challenged, and the implications of this defeat were far-reaching. In the aftermath of the battle, the Council convened an emergency session to address the new reality. The Supreme Leader and other high-ranking officials gathered in a grand chamber, their faces etched with concern and frustration. The Council's previous attempts to subjugate Earth had failed spectacularly, and the need for a decisive response was clear. The Supreme Leader addressed the Assembly with a grave tone. "Our recent attempts to subdue Earth have failed. Their defenses are stronger than we anticipated, and their resolve is unbreakable. We must now consider the long-term consequences of our actions." The Council debated fiercely over the next steps. The defeat had shaken their confidence and prompted a revaluation of their approach. One faction argued for a continued campaign to subjugate Earth, believing that persistence would eventually break humanity's spirit. Another faction, however, advocated for a more permanent solution, a ban on Earth's participation in galactic affairs to prevent any future threats. After extensive discussion, the decision was made to enforce a permanent ban on Earth. The Council reasoned that by isolating Earth from galactic politics and ensuring that it could not challenge their authority again, they would safeguard their own power and stability. The ban would be comprehensive, encompassing not only military but also diplomatic and economic interactions with other galactic entities. The Council's decree was crafted with precision. It stated that Earth would be permanently excluded from all galactic councils, alliances, and trade networks. Any attempts by Earth to engage with other civilizations or participate in galactic affairs would be met with severe repercussions. The ban was intended to be absolute, ensuring that Earth's influence would be limited to its own solar system. The announcement of the ban was broadcast across the galaxy. Earth's leaders were informed of the Council's decision through an official communiqué. General Marcus Blake and the rest of Earth's leadership were taken aback by the severity of the measure. The ban represented not just a loss of galactic interaction, but also a significant shift in how Earth would be perceived in the future. General Blake convened a meeting with his team to discuss the implications of the ban. The Galactic Council has decided to enforce a permanent ban on our participation in galactic affairs, he said, his tone reflecting the weight of the news. This will impact our ability to engage with other civilizations and participate in galactic politics. The team was determined to view the ban as a challenge rather than a setback. While the ban would limit Earth's interactions with other galactic entities, it would also allow humanity to focus on strengthening its own defenses and developing its own technologies without external interference. The decision was made to use the ban as an opportunity to advance and innovate in ways that would benefit Earth's future. The Council's decision to impose the permanent ban had significant implications for the galaxy. It sent a clear message that any challenge to their authority would be met with severe consequences. The ban isolated Earth, but also highlighted the strength and resilience of humanity. The Council's actions were seen as an acknowledgement of Earth's formidable capabilities and a recognition that any further attempts to subjugate humanity could lead to even greater conflict. As time passed, the galaxy continued to watch Earth with a mixture of curiosity and respect. The ban, while restrictive, did not diminish humanity's spirit or determination. Earth's focus remained on growth and self-reliance, using the opportunity to build a stronger and more independent future. The permanent ban enforced by the Galactic Council marked the end of one chapter in humanity's interactions with the galaxy and the beginning of a new era. Earth had proven itself to be a resilient and formidable force, and the Council's decision to isolate it was a testament to the strength and determination that had emerged from the conflict. In the end, the ban became a symbol of humanity's victory, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, determination and strength could lead to unexpected outcomes. The galaxy's view of Earth had shifted, and while Earth's role in galactic affairs was restricted, its place in the universe had been firmly established.